there's going to be a moment in your life where you run into somebody that you used to be really close with. You could meet them either at a grocery store, on campus, or if you're at the gym, and you guys make eye contact, but he breaks it, and you're kind of shocked why he's not coming up to you to spark up a conversation. But you give him the benefit of the doubt, and you go up to him, and you get his attention, and you try to make conversation. You give him a great amount of energy. You try to give him a super nice dap up, and you're just so excited to see him. And he replies, but it's not to the same extent of enthusiasm that you had. And you ask him a few questions like, "Hey bro, how is everything? I haven't seen you in a while." He gives you like a generic answer like, "Oh, I've been good. I've been busy." He can't give you long, in-depth answers that should have been at least a few minutes long, or like less than 15 seconds. And you kind of feel as if you're just prying information out of him, and you end off the conversation with, "Hey man, it was great to see you. It's been a while. Let's definitely meet up sometime soon." And he just responds with, "Yeah, bro, it's because you never hit me up." And you basically leave the conversation knowing that there's pretty much zero shot that you guys end up hanging out in the future. And the words, "you never hit me up," they stick with you. You start thinking about how your life is and how you have come such a long way. And you're just trying to figure out where all your time has gone. You're trying to figure out how you are spending your time now to see if it's possible you can make time for your friend. So I need you guys to do this. Grab a piece of paper and categorize about 5 things that can basically sum up your entire life. Come up with the 5 ways that you spend your life in terms of what activities or hobbies that you do. For example, you can group things, so make things generic. For example, self-care could be one category. School and academic profession could be another. Social life could be another. Chores could be another. It's just divide it however you want. Also, once you come up with the category, I need you to put a percentage of time that you spend towards fulfilling this activity on a monthly basis. Think about the things that require more time out of you, and then just work your way from most to least. And you'll get to socialization for one of the categories, I'm sure. And you're going to look at the percentage that you can socialize compared to the rest of the percentages you wrote down. It's not as large as you think, especially compared to all the other ones combined. You might have a 5 to 10% percentage for socialization. And what this is saying is you aren't as available as you used to be. Your time is way more important, and it's as if you can only hang out with a certain select few amount of people. You don't have the same time as you used to. You remember the good old days where you could just hang out with your friends from the moment you guys left high school. You guys could go play outside, go play basketball, and then once it got dark, you guys would hop on the game together and play 2K or Call of Duty. I'm sorry to tell you, man, but those days are over. You have a lot more responsibilities now, and you have a purpose to fulfill. Honestly, you hit the nail on the head by getting him to confess while he's not giving you the quality response that you deserve. You simply have not been hitting him up enough. You haven't been talking to him as normally as you used to. You haven't been sending him memes or checking up on him, and you haven't been giving him that attention that he's accustomed to. And it's simply because you just don't have the same amount of time as you used to. When you are leveling up and improving your lifestyle, there's a lot of things that will require a lot of time and effort out of you. As a result, you can't socialize as much as you used to. And certain friends will not maintain a relationship with you just because a friend you had previously and a few years ago, whether it was in high school or in first year of college, they don't have to stay friends with you forever. People change, and that's just something you have to be okay with. they might not have that same value to your life that they did previously. They might have had a bigger value and a bigger role in your life a few years ago, but they haven't maintained it or increased it to an amount where you believe is worth a friendship anymore. That's the reason why you haven't maintained that relationship with them. If they were important enough to you, you would have reached out more, and you guys both would have had a mutual connection that lasted. You guys would check up on each other, talk about business ideas, but it's oftentimes the difference in mindset. You might have been more of a degenerate back in the day, and you weren't really focused on improving your lifestyle and hanging out with the right people. And as a result, that person who you were used to be friends with was friends with the old you. And the new you can't really they can't really collaborate effectively with the friend you had previously. And it hurts because you've known that person, but it's important that you just focus on those memories rather than trying to force memories that aren't going to go well. Even if you somehow convince this friend that you ran into to hang out with you, do you really think you'd have a good time? What would you talk about? What would you do? It's literally just a waste of time for you now. Focus on attracting people with similar mindsets and making new friends that have the same goals as you do. By you working with people with similar mindsets, it's going to improve your lifestyle and help you actually become successful. You have to let these people go, and even if they're kind of hostile towards you, or if they don't have as much respect for you as they used to, you just have to be okay with that. There's nothing wrong with letting people go. You can even tell when someone isn't having a significant value exchange in your life. You will start distancing yourself from this person and not giving them the same amount of attention and care as they used to. And even if you don't mean to be rude, or you don't mean to be a fake friend, as some people say, it's just within you. When people lose their value, you lose your desire to have a friendship with them. Friendships are a value exchange. If they're not holding up their end of the bargain, why should you hold up yours? If they don't want to level up with you, the only thing they're doing is just holding you down. And you can't let them be the reason you don't succeed. The people that you are still close with to this day, they're meant to be in your life for a reason. Think about it. You stayed in contact with them for a reason. You've been boys back then and you're boys back now. Whether they have maintained their value in their friendship, or they increased it or offered you different values that you didn't even expect to get from them. And you should be doing the same thing back. It's a beneficial relationship. And when both sides are satisfied, it brings together a genuine friendship. Your time is the most important currency. Spend it wisely.